Let's start in the Philippines then. President Moon Jae-in marched on with his vision for a stronger, wider partnership between South Korea and the Association of Southeast Asian Nations on Monday as he met with the leaders of the 10 member nations. But what grabbed the most attention, at least from the South Korean media, was the one-on-one between President Moon and Chinese Premier Keqiang. Our chief Blue House correspondent Moon Connyoung reports from Manila.
This is the Philippines International Convention Center, the venue of the 2017 Southeast Asian Nations Summit and related meetings. Now, the area in and around the venue had been closed up for a few days leading up to the main event, and Philippines President Rodrigo Duterte has declared a special non-working days for the 3 days of the summit. So schools and offices in Metro Manila are closed today, and this is to ensure the safety, security, and convenience of all the leaders and delegations visiting Metro Manila for the 2017 summit. South Korean President Moon Jae-in is one of the 18-plus leaders attending the international summit, one that's of particular importance to a leader who has his eyes fixed on the ASEAN region, determined to bring their relations, diplomatic and economic, to new heights. To this, the leaders of the ASEAN threw full support, as well as on South Korea's efforts to establish lasting peace on the Korean peninsula. As there are other international and multilateral events, ASEAN 2017 is also being used as a venue for sideline one-on-one meetings between global leaders. For South Korean President Moon Jae-in, that includes Chinese Premier Keqiang. One of the most highly anticipated meetings of Mr. Moon's agenda in Manila, a rendezvous with Premier Keqiang, especially coming on the heels of a breakthrough bilateral summit with Chinese President Xi Jinping just a few days ago.
오늘 총리님과의 회담이 지난 1년여 동안 부분적으로 위축되었던 경제, 통상, 문화, 인적 교류 등 제반 분야의 협력을 실질적으로 회복시키고 여타 양국 간 공통 관심사에 대한 협력을 확대하기 위한 방안을 구체적으로 협의하는 귀중한 기회가 되었으면 합니다.
The two sides have made great progress in the past while taking care of the sensitive issues step by step. China-South Korea relations are already seeing positive changes.
And the Blue House interpretation of the encounter, extremely optimistic.
Premier Keqiang said although it's inevitable that the two countries run into sensitive issues as the relationship develops further, his forecast of China-South Korea practical cooperation is very bright, and that he was confident about the future of their bilateral ties as the industrial structures are highly complementary.
Let's put the past behind and move on. So the agreement has been made and reconfirmed at the highest levels between Seoul and Beijing. But experts do remain divided on how smooth the relationship would sail from here on out. What's for sure is that it's too soon to tell, but we'll definitely find more out when South Korean President Moon Jae-in makes that Beijing visit to face his Chinese counterpart in a couple of weeks' time in December. Reporting from Manila, the Philippines, Moon Connyoung, Arirang News.